You started sparring guys, I want to say, I mean, you've been boxing, I want to say, since you were 2 years old or something, right? I heard you talk about that. But when you came to LA to the Wild Card, I was watching the recent interview where you're talking about you sparred Latif Coyote, which I couldn't believe that. Latif, I remember I was in the Wild Card around that time. I saw how big Latif was.
I couldn't believe I sparred him at that time either, bro. But my dad, he's had a lot of faith in me, and he knows exactly what I could do, and he knows I have a fighting spirit. I'm not going to run from nobody, but still, like, damn, this fucking dude is crazy, bro. Like, I was talking about my dad, like, this fucking dude, what is wrong with him? He wants me to get killed in front of everybody, but I'm like, at that time, my main goal and focus is just making my family proud of me, my brother, my dad, and my mom. So I was like, if this guy has to go, this is how it's going to go. I mean, whatever happens, happens, but I have confidence in myself that I'm not just going to let nobody beat me up. And that's kind of what made me hold my ground always, and it's always made me so confident about myself, because there's some fighters that once the going gets tough, that's when they start to lose it. But with me, once things start heating up, that's when the best comes out of me. And I've always known about myself, so that's why I'm so confident that once I get these fights, if that's how you've been since you were a little kid, and now I have so much experience, and I'm going to shine.
I was going to ask, when did you get that, like, I'm never going to back down mentality? Like, how old were you when you realized, like, that's it, we're going to fight?
That's just how, that's always been the only way I know how to train. You know, some people, they're just good boxers and they know how to move around, and I was just always been a fighter. I've always been a fighter. I've always been the fighter. So when I was a little kid, I used to like put my hands down and let people hit me, and then I'd come forward and then I'd hit him. So it'd always be like, if you get hit once, you got to come back and hit twice. And so that's always how it's always been for me.
Man, it's beautiful to see in sparring and in the fight. Just a couple fights I want to get your take on before we wrap up. Valdez versus Stevenson, how do you think that plays out?
It's going to be a great fight, bro. I'm actually very excited for that fight. I feel like Valdez needs that fight too, you know, just for like a legacy fight. You know, if he could beat Shakur Stevens, then fuck, he's going to be definitely one of the best of our generation in his weight class. Sure. And if Stevenson beats Valdez, and it's the same thing, you know, I mean, the reward is, there's such high risk, but there's such high reward too. Both those guys definitely go down in history. They're both Olympians, you know, so it's good for the sport. It's going to be a great fight.
That's going to be a good one. Same day, the girl fight is. I think
my day is on April 30th.
Oh, really? Damn.
It's not 100% confirmed yet, but I think that's when it might
April
be.
30th. Yeah. Hella fights. So Serrano Taylor, what do you think about that one? How does that play?
It'll be a good fight, bro. I like Amanda Serrano a lot. Like I said, she doesn't get as much credit as she deserves, because she was. Other than Pacquiao, she's the only other person that's won 7 different titles in 7 different weight classes. Right. And I've been watching her for a long, long time. That's why I'm you know, very happy that she's getting all the money she deserves, and she's getting the publicity she deserves too, because she's a great fighter, great Puerto Rican fighter. But what is the other name's Taylor? Katie Taylor. She's a great fighter too, bro. So I mean, I don't know. I'm excited to see these fights. That's what I'm saying now. I feel like 2022, there's going to be a lot of good fights where you don't know. It's 50-50. Right. So now, and then that fight that we've seen on Instagram right now, Joe Smith Jr. and Benavidez, that's a great fight too, bro. And it could go either way. It could go either way. That's what's great for the sport.
Yeah, I feel like they're doing what they're supposed to do with the idea of Canelo maybe coming up to 175, right? He's going to want to fight the guy who's made the name for himself as well.
Definitely, and it's going to be even a bigger fight like that, because if he goes up to 175, you know, he's gonna have to take it from the unified world champ. Right. Or maybe I'll go up to 75. Maybe I'll go up to 75.
We're all going to 75.
Yeah, so no, like I said, there's a lot of great opportunities out there. There's gonna be some great fights this year.
You make weight pretty easily. I felt the only time you missed weight was during pandemic, and that was freaking pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say making weight is always easy, especially you have to be. I'm a bigger guy, so I have to be really locked into the diet. Every day I drink 2 gallons of water, so that's 16 bottles of water a day. You know, you have 4 meals a day, but very clean meals. So that, just being on a diet like that is extremely hard, you know. But if you could stick on a diet like that, it's not like I'm starving myself. You know, I'm eating 4 times a day, but you have to be extremely clean and on it every single day. So I mean, it's not hard, but you just have to be really, really dedicated to it.
Last one, man. Spence versus Ugas, supposed to happen. Well, actually 2 more. Spence versus Ugas and Charlo versus Castano. What do you think about those 2?
This is both great fights. Spence and Ugas, you know, I know Ugas, he's a great guy, so I'm cheering for him, but I kind of know Spence too, so it's a great fighter. I feel like Ugas has to work a little bit more, because Spence is a little bit more solidified in that weight class and what he's accomplished. So it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a good fight, man. Good fight.
Charlo versus Castano.
I want Castano to win. You know, I feel like he won the first fight. I know Castano. I sparred him. That's a long time ago. He's a great dude, and him and his people showed a lot of love. So we're going for the Argentinians this time.
How did that sparring go? Because Castano was like throws 1,000 punches around, real aggressive.
Yeah, he was on me all night. But you know, like I said, I got a lot to counteract with him too. So it was good for both of us. You know, I gave him good work, he gave me good work. So that's how it should be. You know, especially with like people like that. You know, I show a lot of love to him. He showed a lot of love to me. So we both walked away winning.
Right. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Just lastly, man, how does being a dad? I see your boy like shadow boxing when you're on the screen and things like that. Just talk about the joy that brings you, and just you know, how does being a dad change you as a fighter?
Yeah, he's crazy, bro. Every time like I talk to him on FaceTime, and then he'll be like that, like he'll go be like Papa, and then he'll go get his gloves, and then it's time to hit mitts. So
that's cool. That's cool.
My girlfriend tells me that he has it. Well, I see it too, but he follows his routine every day. He'll hit the bag, he'll do mitts, and then he'll do shadow boxing, and then he watches. Yeah, so I feel like he already has it in him to be a champion already. So it just makes me, brings a lot of joy to me, you know, just seeing him do that, and it makes me very happy.
That's beautiful, man. David, tell the fans where they could follow you, brother, and see the lead up.
You can follow me since my other, I don't know if anybody knows, my other Instagram, I lost it, but you could follow me at the new one I have now at David_Benavidez.
Two underscores, no?
Yeah, two underscores. Hopefully I could get the other one back, bro, but Instagram is fucking up too. I sent them like 30 messages. I went to the Instagram headquarters, all that stuff, and bro, and I still haven't even gotten no reply back. So
you tried. It's not like you guys didn't
yeah,
try.
but it's crazy, and it's not only me. It's a lot of people going through the same thing. But you know, stay tuned, bro. April, I don't know if it's April 30th or another day, but it's definitely going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. WBC interim world title. I'm looking forward to it.
There it is. So are we, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you.